Hopefully it is recording, number one. Hopefully this is a better video and audio quality. Yeah. So, the one part of the lesson today that we didn't get to, but you need to know to do the assignment, is what this phrase means, what this skill is. So when it says write the new function in terms of x, let me show you the assignment. They give you an original function, which is I'm just going to make it up. I know it's a semicircle, and all semicircles have this particular form. You might remember this from trig last year. Voila. So this particular semicircle has a radius of 6, because the square root of 36 is 6. So the original function, keep that in mind, is a semicircle with a radius of 6. Now, I think the one for your homework assignment, there's a 9 here. So that would be a semicircle with a radius of whatever the square root of 9 is. I give you a hint. It's not 4.5, suckers. Okay, so original function. And then I'm just going to do a whole bunch of examples, and I think you're going to get it. This is usually the strategy I use in class. Like, students have trouble until they see it multiple times, then they're like, oh, well, that's easy. Okay, so they're going to tell you, hey, what if the new function is equal to 5 plus the original function? How do you write the new function in terms of x? Basically, one way to think of it is, what would you type on your calculator? What would you need to type? What would you need to type on your calculator to get it to actually graph? Yeah. So, based on the previous lesson, you know it's going to be a vertical translation up 5 spaces. So, how do you get your calculator to draw a semicircle that's vertically translated up 5 spaces? I show you. All you got to do is replace the f of x with whatever f of x is. Yeah? Bam, that's it. It's that simple. Shoot. You don't believe me? Just watch. Bam. Okay, my window's good. Bam. That's because I was helping out Honiali earlier. Watch this. Where's square root? Shoot. Where's square root? Oh, there it is. Hey, that's not square root. So, I'm going to write the original function, or graph the original function first. Watch this. Semicircle with a radius of 6. Yeah. Why does it not look like a semicircle? Because, well, the screen is a rectangle, not a square. That's why the ratio is not 1 to 1. It is like 4 to 3 or something like that. Now, new function. I need to take this semicircle and move it up 5 spaces. Watch this, suckers. It's not that. Shoot. Don't watch that. Watch this, suckers. Remember, translation doesn't change the shape. It just changes the location. So I'm going to take this semicircle, move it up 5 spaces. Bam! Watch this. What now? What? Okay, got chopped off the screen. So let me shoot. There. Now you can see though. What the? Rewind. Let's pretend that I am not on crack today. There. There's the original semicircle with a radius of 6. And then that's the same thing. It just moved it up 5 spaces. Yeah? Okay? So, again, when you see the phrase in terms of x, that just means what would you need to do on your calculator to get it to do what it's supposed to do. What would you have to enter on your calculator? Number 2. I'm going to use different letters, but I think the book uses G all the time, but I'm going to use a different letter to differentiate, like that word, between each new function. So, and our f of x is still going to be that semicircle. This time we want to translate it down 3 spaces. Well, down 3 spaces. Negative 3 plus the original function. What is the original function? It's right there. Shoot. Don't make math hard. Just instead of f of x, write what f of x is. F of x is that. Yeah? Okay. You don't believe me? Just watch. Hey, that's a Bruno Mars song. In case you guys, by chance, happen to listen to real music sometimes. I bet you $1 billion it's going to take a semicircle with a radius of 6 and it's going to move it down 3 spaces this time. What'd I say? What did I say? That's $1 billion you owe me. Okay, so we covered vertical translation up, vertical translation down, vertical translation down 3. Yeah? Oh, dilation next. Yeah? Luckily for you, those are the only types of transformations we are going to cover. Okay, so let's go bam, bam, bam. What you got? You got a vertical dilation by a factor of 2. So it should get 2 times taller. It should stretch vertically by a factor of 2. Yeah? What am I going to have to type on my calculator? I'm going to have to write 2 times the original function. What's the original function? Right there, suckers! That's it. And if you paid attention in middle school math, you know you don't even need to put a dot right there. That just put it next to it means multiplication. Here we go. Delete. 2. Watch this. So the first one is semicircle with a radius of 6. This one is going to be a distorted or stretched semicircle. It's going to be 2 times taller. Watch this. Watch this. Original. The next one's going to be twice as tall. Yeah. This went up to maximum height of 6. This went up to maximum height of 12. Oh, look at 12 times, or 6 times 2 is 12. Yeah. 6, 12. Multiplied by 2. By a factor of means multiply by. Yeah. Okay. Next example. Ooh. Hij. We're going to take the original function. This time we're going to divide the original function by 3. Look at how I wrote this. Look at that big giant fraction bar. Original function by 3. Or you might see it like this in your book instead. Which, yeah. Same thing, yeah? Divided by 3 is the same as multiplying by a third. So this should be a vertical dilation by a factor of 1/3. Remember, when you say the words by a factor of, you literally have to say what it's getting multiplied by. So, yeah. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to use this one instead of this one. 1/3 times the original function, which is that. Yeah. And what it should do is when you multiply something by a fraction less than 1, it should get shorter. Yeah, because we're talking vertical, so you're going to get shorter or taller. Hi, bro. I know you're thinking some funky thoughts right now. Stop being a bully. 1/3. Oh, wait. In case you guys forgot how to use fraction button. Green. Top. Enter. 1/3. Square root. Okay, so original function, semicircle with a radius of 6. Transformed function is gonna be, it's vertical dilation by a factor of 1, so it should get shorter by a factor of 3. So here, this is a 6, the original one, right? Now it's a 2. How do you get from a 6 to a 2? Mathematically, to get from a 6 to a 2, and we're talking dilations, there's 2 ways mathematically. You could either divide by 3 to get to 2. Remember, that's a 6, that's a 2. What happened? You could say it divided by 3, and you would not be wrong. You could also say it multiplied by 1/3. Yeah? Same thing. Okay. How long is this video so far? 11 minutes, my bad. I told you it would be like 5 minutes, but apparently time does not work the same in my brain. Shoot. Horizontal. Horizontal? What's the original function again? 36 minus x squared. Okay. I don't know what letter we're on. I'm just going to skip the p. P of x. We got to do some horizontal. Now it gets more difficult. So, keep my 12-minute mark. That's when it gets more difficult. Yeah? Okay, here we go. Let's say we want to move the original function to the left or to the right. So we're going to move it to the left 5. So we got a horizontal translation. How we know it's a translation? Because it says plus. How we know it's horizontal? Because it says x plus 5. 5 is going to affect the x. X is horizontal, blah, blah, blah. Why do we know it's left? Because we paid attention. Okay. So we need to take this semicircle and move it left 5 spaces. Here's how you do that. Did I mention this is going to be wild? Buckle up. Here's what I want you to do. Get a highlighter. Highlight this whole thing like that. Yeah? Now, this is going to go where the x was. Instead of x, it's going to be x plus 5. So you're going to write this. You go write that. The x plus 5. Instead of x. And parentheses, y'all. Without that square, it ain't gonna be a semicircle. So looky, you looky. X plus 5. X plus 5. Everything else stayed the same. Now we check. Don't believe me? Just watch. That's Bruno Mars, FYI. Now, you have doubts. You don't know if it's going to move to the left 5 spaces. But, I'm going to show you. Never doubt the master. Y'all ready? Here we go. It should move left 5 spaces. Shoot, crossing my fingers. Oh, might go off the screen. Now, notice it's the same shape. It didn't change. That's the translation. It moved left 5 spaces. So if you compare this point to this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It moved left 5 spaces. Bam! That's what I'm talking about. Shoot. Okay, what's after P? P, Q. How I'm going to do another horizontal translation, but this time I'm going to go to the right 3 spaces, horizontal translation right 3 spaces, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Remember, it's a translation, so it's still going to be a semicircle with a radius of 6. It's not going to be distorted at all. Bam. So semicircle with a radius of 6. But instead of the original x, you are going to write x minus 3. And that will move it right 3 spaces. If you do not use parentheses when you're supposed to use parentheses, bad stuff happens. That's why hopefully you're using a highlighter. Highlight that whole thing and put that whole thing where the X was. And oh, there was a glitch in the system, in the matrix, I showed it on the calculator, but the glitch prevented you from seeing it. So let's go to the next example. A, B, C, Q, R, R. Okay, so we got a couple translations. Let's do a dilation. Dilation. Oh shoot, I hate dilations. I hate dilations. I hate dilations. Oh, no, 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 no. Not good, not good. Not good at all. Let's go 2x. So, first of all, we know it's horizontal because it's 2 times the x value. X values are horizontal values. Yeah. Horizontal. We know it's a dilation because multiply means dilate. Just like distribute means multiply. D words tend to mean multiply. Interesting. By a factor of. However, now slow down. Put the brakes on. It's horizontal, so it's going to do the opposite. So, here's the semicircle, right? You would think it's going to get twice as wide. But no, you'd be wrong. It's going to get twice as skinny. To make things skinnier, you multiply by a number less than 1. P.S. Just make this into a fraction. 1/2. Yeah, it's like the reciprocal. Oh, reciprocal. Huh. Interesting. So, same concept, minus the scribbly mark. Whatever you see in the parentheses, you just plug that whole thing in where the X was. Yeah? Think of it like this. This is your new boyfriend, girlfriend. It's going to replace your old boyfriend, girlfriend, the X. You know that was a good analogy. You know. Why am I upside down? Shoot. So, 36 minus x squared. But instead of x squared, now you got 2 x's. You just ain't dateable, apparently. Shoot. Why you got 2 x's? Yeah? So, you don't believe me that it's going to get skinnier. Don't believe me? Just watch. That's Bruno Mars. 36 minus parentheses. You got to have parentheses. No parentheses, no bueno. Bam. Watch this. Watch this. Yeah. So, the original semicircle went out to 6. The new one only goes out to 3. That's like, it was a 6. And then it became a 3. It was a 6. It became a 3. It must have divided by 2. Oh, look at that. 2. And divided by 2 is the same as multiplying by 1/2. Yeah? Oh, you can't see that. So, by a factor of 1/2 means it multiplied by a half. Bam! Mic drop. Okay, I said it was going to take 5 minutes. It took 20 minutes. That's 4 times as long as I said. Shoot, my bad. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna upload this to YouTube and put a YouTube link. Yeah, because YouTube is faster.